What if I told you there was a way to get nearly 60 transmute crystals in roughly 1 hour? What if I told you this method would also allow you to fill out your sticker book, get tons of decom material, intricate to level crafting, and ornates for gold, and that you could gain 1 million or more XP per hour doing so? It's my best way to farm transmute crystals in the Elder Scrolls Online Update 29, and it's through normal random dungeons, and I'll explain in detail during this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn alerts on, and consider becoming a member of my YouTube channel so I can produce more Elder Scrolls Online content. For those that don't know, transmute crystals are a form of currency in the Elder Scrolls Online. They are bound by account, cannot be traded or purchased, and as an ESO Plus member, you are allowed to have 1,000 per account or 500 for non-ESO Plus. You can obtain these in a variety of ways such as PvP, PvE, dungeons, trials, holiday events, and so forth. Before I get to my absolute favorite method for farming these, keep in mind there is technically a faster way. The fastest possible way is through Cyrodiil, briefly earning some AP in your home campaign. Basically, you follow around the major fights on the map, and at the end of 30 days, bang, 50 transmute stones per character. However, this method does not give all the rewards I mentioned above, and some folks want nothing to do with PvP. The method I'm going to give you produces a lot of transmute crystals and a lot of other things that can benefit your character and account. And it's very simple. Normal random dungeons. When you go to group menu, you'll notice the option to queue for dungeons, normal, or veteran. But you'll also notice there is no change in the reward. Same experience, same rewards in the mail. The advantage of doing normals is the speed that it takes to complete. Experienced, well-geared players can complete these solos with little to no support, let alone getting 4 people together, making it go very, very fast. Once completed, you'll get a mail from the Undaunted with 10 transmute crystals. Note that on Veteran, there's a chance that these will drop from the bosses. So 10 transmute crystals per character per day. So the more characters you have, the more you complete, the more you can earn per day. I did an experiment where I cubed a low-level friend. I'll explain more on this in a minute. 1 hour and 5 minutes, I earned 4 champion points, 60 crystals, and a ton of sticker book items. Speaking of low level, different dungeons have different rates in which they can complete them, mainly DLC versus non-DLC base game dungeons. I did a Fungal Grotto with a random group on my stamina sword, and it literally took 5 minutes, including load times. Banished cells, 7 minutes, and so on. Whereas the DLC dungeons, the later dungeons in the game, can take upwards of 20 minutes to complete, even on normal, because they're so large. Grouping with a low-level battle buddy ensures that you can avoid these long DLC dungeons that will slow down your progress and speed. Even if you don't have a low-level friend, you can partner up in guild and zone, or just /say and see what you get. There's always reasons to complete dungeons nowadays, especially with the sticker book. On all my magic characters, I select healer. All my stamina characters, I select tank. Magic's tunes, I equip some type of off-heal, even though I can solo it, mainly for the other folks in the group. On stamina tunes, I equipped a taunt from the Undaunted skill line and keep my DPS loadout the exact same. This allows me to fulfill my role and breeze through these dungeons in less than 10 minutes. Just note, if someone's doing the quest, let them progress as it may slow down, but we've all been there. Speaking of the quest, you'll need to complete the boss fights only to get the activity complete that generates the 10 transmute crystals at the end. So in ultra fast runs, I just skip the trash pulls and pull all the stuff to the boss, or just go right to the boss, ulti dump, and clear everything real quick. Some general tips to make this super easy is the Pale Order Ring. I still don't have this, but it's super powerful self-healing machine. If you don't have this in your stamina class, consider using the dual wield skill line. The Blood Craze skill gives a nice heal over time, and Bloodthirst, the spammable attack, heals you based on the damage done. Pair those with Assault skill line and Vigor or 2H Rally, and you should be able to face tank almost anything on normal, no problem. Magic-based characters consider taking Radiating Regeneration for a group heal over time, and Combat Prayer for a burst heal with a nice offensive buff to boot. In general, anything that can give you speed is a plus. Massive AoE ultimates are also good, and so is self-healing. My favorite class to complete this on is a Stamina Sorcerer. They have crazy good self-heals, speed, insane area damage, and just rip through everything and are very tanky. On Magicka classes, I like Sork because you can straight through things, and Nightblade as they have a lot of abilities that do damage, but also heal you. So anything that can do damage, heal you passively or actively, and has a lot of speed, you're going to be just fine. If your class lacks self-healing, speed, or something else, look for outside skill lines to provide that. A good example of this is the Sigil skill line for speed, or Undaunted for AoE damage using orbs, or Fighter's Guild for a stamina-based pull to quickly clear trash mobs. So again, to reiterate, what you're going to do, you're going to grab a low-level friend if you can. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can always clear these just about 15-20 minutes on the DLC ones, and you still probably need to fill out your sticker book. Once you get in a group, you're going to set your role, healer or tank or something, because DPS you might be waiting a while. You're going to fix your bars, your skills, your loadouts, and you're going to queue for that sucker. You're going to get in there, you're going to clear the bosses as fast as you can, pending someone's not completing the quest, and then you're going to go, activity complete, exit the group, leave the instance, and bang, you're male, you'll have 10 transmute stones, no problem. You'll hop on another character and rinse and repeat daily for a ton of stones that add up quick. Now I'm going to walk you through a random normal on my stamina Sork, and you'll see just how powerful and how fast this goes, and I'll kind of narrate it, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. Alright, we're on the stamina Sorky Porky, and we're going to run through Fungal Grotto 1. And my entire time doing this was the fastest run. And this is the fastest character or class. So I am using speed pots. You don't have to do that because the Sork has a lot of passive and active speed. But what I'm doing is kind of like common sense stuff. You're going to pre-buff every fight. So a couple things: Deadly Cloak or Quick Cloak, Hurricane, Arrow Barrage. Those three things, you put them down in an area. You can even do Caltrops, and you hit Steel Tornado, things are going to die. Your Hurricane's getting wider, it's getting nastier. And then Mystic Orbs, it is a group ability, but it does tons of single target and tons of damage in yourself. So don't think of just that ability as, oh, I'm going to use that in trial for resources. Oh, no. Them orbs, incredible damage. Look at that. Taking half a second, just ripping through stuff. Wide, massive radius. So what we're just going to do is I'm going to taunt him. I'm on a fake tank, so meaning I do have a taunt. My job is to get the boss kill, and I will do my job. Don't be yelling at me in the comments. I'm going to be ripping and gripping. So you could even speed this up faster by just skipping all the mobs. But it's very, very simple. I pre-buff, I drop these AoE, and things just die. You throw a Mystic Orb with a Deadly Cloak, Quick Cloak, and an Arrow Barrage, you're barely getting off an attack before everything just dies. Plus, look how fast this Sork is. I don't even have the Ring of the Wild Hunt. That's another thing you could do. If you have a lot of healing on this guy, put Ring of the Wild Hunt on, and you would just be blazing through this. I don't even have those things. Another thing I'm using is that Silver Leash ability. So that's with a Fighter's Guild ability. You can pull these little adds in. It'll speed these clears up a lot faster. And these dungeons don't have all the same mechanics, so it's much, much simpler. So you already got them down to 50% or so. Just basically just clearing out the mobs. So it's very, very easy to do. Arrow Barrage, rebuff, taunt, not running out of juice, and it's just simple. Bloodthirst, the reason I have that, you can use a bunch of different abilities, but I do not have to worry about healing. So on a stam Sork, on a stam-based build, Blood Craze, Bloodthirst, and the dual wield, if you don't have a whole lot of passive healing, or you don't have Vigor yet, you don't PvP, that's not your thing, you can get this ability and you just heal like a truck just from two things. So that and a potion, you should be able to get through almost every normal dungeon, no problem. Also try to find an ability that gives you speed. Also comes from the dual wield if you want, which is Quick Cloak. Deadly Cloak's a better morph for damage. So if you have a way to get speed in your class kit, I would not mess with it. I have Hurricane, right? So I don't need Quick Cloak. I can go with Deadly, doing more damage. Obviously, said it before, said it again. ESO is about doing damage. If you can do damage and just rip through things like we're doing, you're going to be doing just fine. It goes so much, much faster. So, this guy here, do not kill the adds. This is bad Deltia here, just doing so much AoE, doesn't matter. So if you kill all the adds, the two adds that spawn with it, it gets a little harder, but, when in doubt, just AoE nuke everything. And so those are some of the things that will help you. The Undaunted skill line, stamina-based classes. If you're magic, you can always use a Psijic skill line. Another thing, Blockade, Pulsar is really, really helpful for a massive AoE. Those two things are really good. Pulsar is just a spammable AoE. Not as good as Steel Tornado, but it's something. And then Blockade is very, very good. Dot, similar to what Arrow Barrage is. And this is basically it. So I get in these dungeons, group with the Lobby Battle Buddy, go through here, and I'm just resetting them over and over. Logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out. So it takes me an hour to get 6 characters on. I actually have 18 characters, not all at any game. But if I just sat and did this all day, I mean, that's 4, 5, 6 items I can transmute or bring back or whatever. Great, trait change, all that stuff. So it's just a nice time saver if you're kind of confused and don't know what the hell to do to get these up. Because coming back to the game, I have a bunch of jacked up traits. So it's really handy for me knowing I can sit down for an hour, pug around, just AoE nuke things, face tank a little bit, and get tons and tons of resources. Not to mention all the gear, the transmutes, the intricates, stuff I can sell. It's just too good. And look at that. That took a little over 5 minutes, including load time. So that's a video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn alerts on, and consider becoming a member of my YouTube channel so I can produce more Elder Scrolls Online content in the future. Thanks for watching.